while, he intends to enact what in effect is a national sales tax, call it a Trump tax, that would raise prices on middle-class families by almost $4,000 a year.
Objection, Your Honor. This is speculation. It is true that Trump has thrown out a plethora of ideas surrounding the tariff. However, he has not made any concrete decisions on how he will impose the tariff or how much he will choose to impose. It has been conversations gone forth about it being a 10 to 20% tariff across the board, and some people have even thrown in that it could go up possibly to about 60% on China. However, again, nothing has been set in stone. It is not a secret that tariffs do play a part and contribute to inflation. However, when tax professionals have crunched the numbers on how this will directly affect working families, they have come back with a more modest figure of around $1,300 to $1,700 a year. So I'm not sure where Kamala is getting this $4,000 from. Now, an extra $140 in expenses a month is significant, but what was failed to be mentioned is how Trump plans to combat the influx with no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and he is being advised on how he can remove the payroll tax. It is true that tariffs can present challenges for Americans. However, studies have shown us that having no tariffs in place is even more detrimental. It is no secret that China's price tags on their items is very enticing to Americans, especially when we are trying to cut costs. I, for one, am a contributor to it as well. I have a Shein cart that needs to be emptied, a Temu cart that I'm filling up, and an Amazon package that's probably being delivered as we speak. But this was not about me. Let's talk about the solar industry. Senator Brown out in Ohio wrote a letter to Biden explaining why it was significant that he raised the tariffs on China, and not just China, but any of the other countries that are selling China's goods, because China is marking their products down. They have their solar marked down to about 15 cents a watt, making it almost impossible for the American to compete. This is forcing closures and leaving thousands of Americans out of a job. The tariff ensures that America still makes profit and that we're not shipping all of our resources overseas, making our competitor bigger than those that are on the home front. So yes, imposing tariffs is a conversation that needs further discussion. However, for Kamala to use this tax as a fear tactic to get people to vote against Donald Trump without speaking of or implementing a better plan for foreign affairs is just one of the many examples to further prove that she's unqualified.